Alright guys, it is 4 a.m. I am in bed, as you guys can see now. 4:01, and I'm going to get out of bed, I'm going to get dressed, and I'll talk with you guys about what I'm going to be doing today at my desk. Okay, so morning routine done. We're wearing a toque today instead of a hat. I've got 3 coffees. I do not have any nicotine again, so it's going to be interesting. I will by the end of today. I have got, let me just make sure I don't show my address. I ordered some of these, like Lucy gum. I'm not like a pouch Zyn guy. So yeah, I got that. And then I've also got these kind of L-theanine neurogum style. And those are super good as well. So I am going to be fully energized, but in the meantime, I've got 2 coffees and a tea for today. And what my to-do list, if I open it up for you guys, looks like is I have got to do my ramp up, going to add a few parts to the script that I thought of, rebuild my thumbnail, get the images that I'm actually going to print out in person to build the thumbtack board. Then I'm going to do my client work, and then I'm going to reinstall my funnel, document today for you guys, and then if I have time, I'm going to build my studio with all the stuff that I have coming on Amazon. So I'm going to write that down, build studio. Anyways, I am super excited. Funny enough, I still have not unboxed this guy right here. Just because I know it makes more sense to do it when I have my entire studio, and it's quite frankly going to be a bit of a pain. So let me move that over there, but that's going to be a big game changer for me. Yeah, I just need to set up my whole studio. You can kind of see like my mic is detached, and yeah, it's just a mess right now. But I'm not recording, so I don't need to make any changes to that. And yeah, I'm going to start working for the day. Again, super important. If you want to be focused, routine and consistency are like a non-negotiable, to be honest. I haven't met anybody that's super successful that isn't in a routine when they're trying to push, right? I know lots of successful people that are not routine oriented at all when they are just chilling and enjoying their life. But when they are pushing and are trying to get to the next level, they're always extremely routine to people. And I would consider myself the same way. So if you are trying to get to that next level in whatever you do, I imagine business, if you're watching this video, you have to be routine oriented. I think it's like a non-negotiable. So I track that for myself. I see every day, oh, okay, I am literally doing the same thing every single day. Like at a certain point, it can almost be like Groundhog Day. And the only variable that I have in my life is my work and what I'm doing that given day, which is the right way to do it. If you can decrease all your other variables, you can enhance the quality that you work in because of that, because you know everything is all good and taken care of. So I'm gonna quit yapping. It is 4:49, and I'm gonna get all this done hopefully in the next 10 minutes, and then roll into the script. And I'll just show you guys my calendar whenever I'm done my next work block. But yeah, it's gonna be a great day. All right, so we are outside. I am about to be halfway through my second coffee of the day, and the script is done. I never thought I'd say those words. I still have to edit, review it, and add clips to it from the research and some of the videos that I've watched to kind of, what I like to do is after I write the script, I'm going to re-watch a lot of his videos to see if there's any time where I can lay over clips instead of what I said, because that's always going to make the video better. But yeah, I'm feeling good. It's really nice to have the biggest needle moved, and I think it's like 8:45 ish right now, so that's super solid. the next thing that I am going to be doing when I walk back inside is my thumbnail. So I explained this to you guys already, but I built the Rob the Bank thumbnail, and then I deleted what's called the PSD file, which is the Photoshop file, by accident. So the only remnants I have of it was a screenshot I took of it and uploaded it into Canva, which it was still high quality enough to be on YouTube. But after writing the script and doing so much more research for the video, you guys saw, it was 3 days worth of like 8-hour focus blocks of research. After doing all of that, I have different things I want to include in the thumbnail and different images and different people. So I'm gonna remake that because the goal of the video is to have it ready to go and live for the 15th-ish. So yeah, not even, it's almost like a month from now it's actually going to be coming out, because it still has to be edited. But I'm going to be recording it on probably Saturday is my goal. So tomorrow I'm going to review it, add all the stuff to the script. Today I'm going to get the thumbnail, and I also have to get all the board printout images, like I said, done, and then I'm going to record it Saturday and we get it live in a while from now. But regardless, actually no, still about, yeah, like 20-ish days from now. So that's all going along good, and this is gonna be interesting because I'm somebody who, again, I've told you guys this, things usually take longer than I expect them to, because when it's a creative project, I really try and go all out and focus on the details of things. So with this thumbnail, I have it planned to only be about, I guess, 3 hours total I'll allocate to it. And to me, that's solid. Like that seems like enough to remake the thumbnail. I already have all the assets. I just need to drag things in place and get maybe a few new images. But who knows? Maybe it runs over. And if that does happen, it's going to be interesting, because the way my day's shaped up right now, I've got enough time to go and work on the opt-in funnel, which I really want to get done today, because the sooner I do that, the sooner I start collecting data. But I also don't want to rush it, and it's not like I have a crazy amount of traffic coming in because I haven't uploaded a video in 22 days as of right now. So I'm not overly rushed to do that, but I really would like to get it done. But to be honest, I'm gonna focus on the quality for that. So maybe not, we'll see. However, what the heck, boys, we got a new bug update. What the heck are these? That is, I do not know what, I don't know if you guys saw in the basketball, I don't know if I showed it properly. That's not, I've never seen that before. Those are either a small bug but a really big version of it, or an unidentified species. So I don't know. Regardless, perks living in Florida, I am going to go back in, do this thumbnail, see if I can get the opt-in done. And boys, when I tell you I have spent $800 on Amazon in the last 48 hours, you're gonna see the majority of those packages today, because I spent $400 on one individual item, the teleprompter, which actually, you know what, as a great break, I'll go in and we can do a little unboxing together. But I have a bunch of other items coming that are all like 30 bucks, 20 bucks, all this stuff. So it's gonna be a lot more volume products, and I'm excited to open them. Especially, honestly, the thing I'm most excited for is the nicotine gum and the caffeine neuro gum. I feel like that's gonna get me super locked in, even more so in the mornings, because as you guys can kind of tell, as I sit down at my desk for the day, I'm focused, but I'm not wired, and I kind of want to be wired. I want to be able to scream at the top of my lungs at 5 a.m. in the morning and have full energy while doing so. And I'm not quite there yet. So this is the teleprompter. We got these pieces. I don't know what they're going to be used for yet. There's a better angle. Is that the whole thing? What the heck? So that's, oh no, we got a bunch of wires down here. Cool, okay. Cute. So we got that, we got a bunch of wires. Let me make sure I don't lose this screw. Yeah, and like I told you guys, my studio has been quite the mess because I've been waiting to get all this stuff to actually set it up before I clean things up, because there's no point in, you know, like trying to do the whole studio and design stuff before it actually makes sense to. So this, I just opened it up. So this is the teleprompter. So this goes on your camera. So this is the camera I use. This is the Canon EOS M50 Mark II that I use. And pretty much what happens is, I mean, it's not this simple, but the camera goes behind this lens right here through it, so I can see the words on the screen, which appear right here, and read off of them and have it look like I'm staring at the camera. And the way that it does that is it displays them on this lower screen here and mirrors it up here and then reverses it to me. So it's a very cool contraption. 100%. I was so impressed the first time that I used a teleprompter. And okay, yeah, this is the attachment piece where the camera is mounted. So just so I do not forget to do it later, and just, you know, honestly, just to see it. I just want to see it, if I'm being honest. Let me get this guy mounted on here, and you can see it's kind of like sliding back and forth, which is normal because depending on the kind of direction and how big your camera is, the size of your lens, you might want it all the way back like this if you have a big lens, or you might want it all the way forward if you have a small lens, right? So it does depend on that. And by the way, I'm an apprentice. I'm very bad still when it comes to knowing camera and all that stuff. I know how some of the gear works together, like the lighting, which I'll show you guys. Pretty much what I've ordered is I have this light here, which is called a key light, that shines down on me here. But what I'm missing is on this side, and by the way, yeah, this is like the Joe Rogan Shure mic. It has disconnected, and I have the screw reconnected here. It's just kind of a pain to do, so I'm not going to do that until I set things up. It's part of the studio being a mess. Then I want the secondary light here. So it's secondary light here, main light here, and then that will create, so the key light creates a shadow across one side of your face. So kind of like if I were to go here and, crap, if I were to stand here, you can see there's a shadow created on this side of my face. So the key light does this at a less extreme scale. And then the other light that's coming in today is another softbox light, which just means it's diffused, makes it less bright with one of these things. It's a softbox. This is my expensive one that's like really, really good. The other one's just like a cheap 40-buck one that I've had before and was completely fine. And that's just gonna brighten up the shadow side, so it still has that pop look. Now, what other use could you have for lights? Well, I've got this LED here, and I've got one of them that I brought with me from Toronto, and it turns yellow. So I bought a second one that's gonna go on the other side yellow. It's gonna create this super cool look. And then I bought this thing that people put above paintings that I'm gonna mount into the wall right here to put this yellow glow down on the map where I've got the creators, and it's gonna look super good. That actually reminds me to make sure I get a printout of Iman. Just because I forgot to get one. Same thing with Hormozy when I did those videos where I didn't have a board. So this is the placeholder I've got for Iman. Nobody's ever commented about it yet, but this is an Easter egg. So there's gonna be the drop down light here that's gonna be mounted into the wall, but then there's something called a hair light. And pretty much what this does is it's a light that comes from behind you. So when I do the video, it's kind of like this. And this light is going to be mounted onto this, which is just clamped to the top of thing here. And then what that's going to do is it's going to brighten up the back of my head and kind of like my shoulder area, which creates a separation from me and the background and gives it this super, like, it takes the video from looking like a really good production to Iman or like the craziest levels. And even he had a very aggressive hair light, so it actually doesn't look as good as some of the other people. But if you watch like a camera enthusiast on YouTube and they have this like that crazy pop, that's the reason why. It's the light behind them. Now, I got all these stuff to set up this teleprompter here. And honestly, I think this table is just gonna be a mess for today until I set everything up. Let me just make sure I don't damage anything. Okay, cool. This is important that I don't damage because I want to keep the screen clean for that ideally. And the cool part is that the screen on that teleprompter acts as like a second monitor. So you don't have to install and like use a separate remote or anything. I can just use my computer and navigate it, which is super handy. And then this is just all the stuff for the teleprompter. So I'm gonna put that over there along with the manual. And then yeah, that's kind of the light stack that I'm ordering. I'm wondering if there's anything else that I'm not telling you guys about. I have the second camera angle, which again, super cool. Want to get that set up. I want to buy a second and third version of the EOS M50 camera eventually. It's probably run me like $3,000. It's just not worth the money right now. I could spend that on way more stuff and get a higher ROI to get the crispy image on the second angle and then the top down angle, which I literally just do by putting one of the clamps on top of this whiteboard and having it kind of shoot out over and shoot down. And I just have it sit right here beside my desk. So I know that's a lot of yap and I've been quite crafty about getting this setup done, but that is, again, the level of obsession about every single part of your craft that pushes you, right? It's not just the script that I spend super long on, it's also the studio. Then it's also the thumbnail, and you just keep doubling down and getting better at the elements that are involved in what you do. And eventually you look back and there's just so much progress. So that is all I'm gonna get making this thumbnail, and I'll see you boys later. Okay, so it is a good amount of hours later. It is 1:36 p.m. and I finished my team meeting. I jumped off my team meeting and I went ahead and just first off got the printout images all good for this video. So I'm gonna be printing these out and putting them on the board that you can kind of see in the background over there. That was the teacher. I want to kind of take it off and repeat it. But the reality is that, you know, some days when you're just doing a lot of work, especially with me and hardware and all this crap, sometimes it just gets messy. That's why you need a second table to throw it all on. You see, like, I have these problems, these things on my desk, and I just put them over there, out of my sight and out of my mind. But no, sometimes it does get messy, and having that second table allows you to not have to kind of stop your flow to clean all the things. And I'm all for staying clean. Like, I'll probably clean it up after this, or when I go to take a break or something, or when I do my studio setup, but I just don't want to interrupt the flow for the day. Next thing to show you guys is going to be the thumbnail that I rebuilt. So let me open my Photoshop. So I showed you guys the original one when I built it, but as I mentioned, I had to rebuild it and got deleted. So I'll show you guys what the end result of that looks like. It is just opening right now. You can see it is pretty much the same, except there are some differences. I added like a DJ deck, got some musical notes here, the Spotify logo. I used the TikTok shop logo, the Amazon logo, and yeah, I'm happy with this thumbnail. I knew what the plan was gonna be going into it. The only thing that I'm gonna write down as a note for myself now is create thumbnail variations with different main images. So maybe you've seen from my previous videos where I talked about this, but when I launched the Brez video, it was my worst video
out of the Creator Breakdown series because the thumbnail was like a AI photo of him that people didn't recognize, and it had a 2.3% click-through rate. I remember it vividly. And I'm freaking out in the morning, and I do what I call surgery on the video, where I go ahead and rehash it when the click-through rate is low. And after doing that, it jumped to like a 10% click-through rate, and it kind of held those really solid numbers. So I was very happy with that. And now something that going forward I'm doing for the TJR video and the Rob the Bank video is having variations with different images on standby, just to make sure that's not a problem that I run into. I also did the client work. I did my team meeting, and now the only things left on my to-do list for the day are to finish my funnel and do a lot of the stuff I talked about, which, to be honest, I'm kind of fried. I have been locked in here. Like, I've been really focused today. I don't think I've really stood up much. I really didn't do anything other than work today. So I'm happy about that, but it also kind of means that I need to reset, which means working out a bit earlier than usual. Usually I'll run around 5 or 6, but I guess this is the perks of being up so early, is that I can do that and still have time to kind of work before I go to bed. Because usually I am like stuffed on meetings, and it causes me to, I don't know, be delayed. Anywho, a client just got back to me, so I'm going to respond to him. Production started. Okay, cool. So we got a run to look forward to, and we also got some Amazon packages to look forward to. And one thing I'm going to do is make sure that my Amazon packages, I don't need to sign for any of them, which I think we're good, because that would not be oh, that's not good. I ordered 2 of the same light. I don't want to talk to myself, but I accidentally ordered 2 soft boxes by accident. Oh, crap. I can't throw it out now, so I guess I'll just keep it. I don't know. It's only like $70 or something, so it's whatever. All right, well, I'm gonna get changed, and crap, my mom stole my headphones. That's no good. Well, I am going to have to figure out a solution for that problem so I don't run without any music. And as you can see, hair's a mess because I just wake up and put the hat on, but time to do a little bit of a reset on the day, and I'll talk with you guys as I sit down in the afternoon to switch back to the opt-in funnel as per our discussion yesterday. All right, boys, so I just finished a out and walk back run. I'm in the middle of walking back, but I got rained on, so it is what it is. I am probably gonna have to walk back in the rain, which I'm already drenched from running, and then also getting rained on a bit, which it's not a big deal to me. It is really just water. Yeah, I just want to take a second here because I usually talk to you guys as I walk back, and I wouldn't have the opportunity to do that if my phone got soaked. So it was a really good run, and honestly, I've been watching some running content on YouTube just whenever I'm eating or before I go to bed, and yeah, I mean, it already is my sport. Again, I've talked about this. I love it because I can remain a competitive athlete when it comes to running. I can't do that in any other sport at the level I want to, but I can really compete at a extremely high level while running. There are a lot of top ultra marathon and marathoners who have jobs. So I know without a doubt I can be one of those people, if not better. And that is, it's why I love running, it's also just a great feeling. Again, I saw this thing I was talking to you guys about yesterday, that they found a study linked with low testosterone and endurance athletes. Maybe. The way that I look at it is, I'm 18 right now, so I don't know if my testosterone's through the roof or if it's low, but I know relative to my age, for the next 4 years, between 18 and 22, that's like your prime years for testosterone. So even like into 25-ish. So I was kind of thinking to myself, it's kind of dumb, as I don't want to be on my deathbed knowing that I didn't pursue running because I was afraid of my testosterone lowering when I want to run 100K, ultra marathons, all that. I want to get a faster time in the marathon. I've done the marathon. I want to get a sub 4 marathon, which I honestly think I could if I ran one right now. The only reason I missed sub 4 my first marathon, I did on 12 days notice, and the reason I missed the 4 cutoff is because I shit my pants. Like I know it sounds crazy, but my biggest problem when running is my stomach. I either get cramped or I have to go really badly. And that is the real, like, I don't have any issues with knee, calf, or anything pain. I accredit that to boxing and playing soccer, football growing up. My calves and legs and joints are very well used and not weak, but my stomach, man, I gotta get it under control. And it will happen when I don't even eat. That's the part that always kind of baffles me. Anyways, I want to get a better time, marathon. I want to hit my first ultra marathon next year. I really want to do 100K next year. And the way that I look at it is, right now I'm in a stage in the business and everything where I really can't afford to take any focus off. I don't want to, right? So my rule that I do is I just want to run every single day, and I don't track my runs. I know roughly how far I go, and I'd assume my pace is around anywhere between 5 to 7 minutes per kilometer, which is not fast at all, but I do all my running in zone 2. So it means that, like, sometimes I'll literally be on a phone call while I do my runs. But yeah, anyways, that is goal when it comes to running. I'm gonna keep doubling down on this, keep running more, and I'm gonna have to walk back in this rain or something crazy here. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's actually getting worse, so I don't know what my solution's gonna be, but regardless, I'm gonna get home, do some work. I did a longer run today because I didn't even tell you guys. I did like an 8K today because I'm waiting for my packages to come, but I think they'll be there by the time I get home now, given this is gonna delay me and I also still have to walk back. But regardless, I'm gonna figure this out, and then I will update you guys probably as I'm doing my recovery and getting back to work. This is something that I don't know if I've ever experienced before in my life, which maybe, I don't know, but I'm sunny because the sun's coming at me from a diagonal angle, but I'm getting rained on. It's bittersweet, you know? Just just got back from the run, and yeah, I don't know, to me that is cool, but everything's going good. I still have not got my packages, which kind of sucks. And okay, so it is 5 p.m. and I just got the first wave of packages arrived. So I'm going to take you guys through. Okay, so this is my light that's going to go back there with the other one. That should be a breeze to set up. I think this is what I was waiting for. Okay. Oh yeah, this is it. This is exactly what I was waiting for right here. The Lucy nicotine gum. And I've got 3 packets. Let's see here. I've got pomegranate, wintergreen, and cinnamon. So I'm gonna have these 3. Each are 4 milligrams, which is gonna be a dose up from the 2 milligram Nicorette I'm used to. But I might only do half C's of them, just to keep my tolerance down. You know, you don't want to get that too high, but it does help with a twitch that I don't really like doing. Let's see what this is. Sweet. Okay, this is the rechargeable light. It's also gonna go up there. And then what is this one? This one's big. Oh, this is actually perfect. This is huge. We got NeuroGuy. So this is going to be in combination with that. It's got caffeine, L-theanine, everything. So we're going to get that tested out tomorrow. And then oh yeah. So this is a big light. This is going to be my hair light that goes behind me. So I'm happy to have you. Sweet. So I'm going to start getting a lot of this set up. It's kind of my evening, and I will keep you guys updated as I do that. Okay, so I am going to bed. It is 7:20 p.m. and I got all my packages, so I am happy. I planned out everything I'm going to be doing tomorrow, and I will see you guys tomorrow for another day at 4 a.m. So peace out, and yeah, go do some work yourself.